I want to touch on something. Speaking of Carnegie Hall, Disney, and beyond, and there was a performance. I don't want to say maybe a performance isn't the right word, but there was something that was extremely touching to myself and very touching to others. In December, I had Mr. Joe Pye on as the podcast, and to hear his story and the legacy and what he just did with our district. And I know you were asked to do something at his memorial service, and that was perform with students from Rawlings Middle School at his memorial service. And I have got to tell you, sitting in that church, listening at those students perform that song was incredible. To sit there, and if I didn't know the backstory, and those were students from Rawlings Middle School, present and past, I would have argued against somebody saying there's no way those were middle school students. Unbelievable. Talk to me, or tell the people that's listening, what did it mean to you to stand up there at Mr. Pye's memorial service with your students from this school, past and present? What was the emotion? Because I'm here to tell you, you could have heard a pin drop sitting out there listening to y'all. How did those students feel to be asked from a man like Mr. Joe Pye to sing at his memorial service?
I think most, if not all, I think they saw it as a huge honor. And when we were asked to do it, Mr. Patrick Pye, our principal at Rawlings, asked me if I'd be willing to get a group together. And I'm thinking, yeah, but in true Pye fashion, I felt it necessary to go big or go home.
Right.
So I asked him, would it be okay if I got some Rawlings alumni that are at the high school level that I taught to get them to join us? Because I think that representation is powerful, because it doesn't just stop 6th through 8th grade, it continued onward. And he was totally game, and somehow we put it together, and they had the tools or the chops to deliver vocally what they were doing. The toughest part was the organizational aspect of it.
Right.
Like, I don't even, all the emails I sent that day, and we had 5 or 6 days to put everything together, and it just, they wanted to do it, and they wanted to honor that man who was the reason they have what they have here.
Right. Incredible.
Thank you.
I mean, it was, I talk about it. People ask me, like, those are students from Rawlings. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I mean, it was extremely, but it goes, just you can clearly see, and one of the things Mr. Pye talked about is being a cheerleader. And people have to have buy-in. And that moment, at that time, those students had buy-in. Whether they were representing a man as Mr. Pye that day, or just the buy-in of your leadership, those students was dialed in. And I'll say it again. If I wasn't in that moment and just heard those students, I would have never thought that they were Rawlings Middle School of Art students.
Well, the behind the scenes was kind of interesting too, because they got a very firm pep talk prior to walking out on the stage or the altar, whatever, at the church. And the pep talk I gave was, you watch me, you look at nobody else, because people are going to be out there crying.
Right.
And I don't know everybody's story as to what's going on in the moment, and it could be a trigger for one of them.
Correct.
And I just told them, you've got to watch me. Do not let your eyes wander. And They listened.
Well, they watched you, because I'm here to tell you there wasn't a dry eye. I mean, it was incredible.
It was one of my proudest moments in 18
It
years.
should be. I mean, I shouldn't say it should be, but that was something that was very, very impactful. Not only to the people there, but to the family, to Patrick, to Tammy, to Pat. That was impactful.